So this thing could not be higher. Arizona knows it better than almost any state in the union. There are 453,000 illegal immigrants in this state because Kamala Harris refuses to do her job. In the United States of America, there are 425,000 criminal illegal aliens, people who have committed murders, people who have committed assaults, people who have gone after our fellow citizens. And I know we've got some United States Marines in the room, right? Great. We want to thank everybody, regardless of their branch of service, but the number of criminal migrants we have in this country, thanks to Kamala Harris's failed border policies, is more than twice the size of the United States Marine Corps. Now, Kamala Harris has rolled out the red carpet to every illegal alien. She's offered to give them free health care benefits. She's promised them to give them Social Security and Medicare, which would bankrupt those programs. Meanwhile, our guy is saying to the illegal aliens in this country, especially the criminal migrants, pack your bags, because in 3 months you're going back home. The cost of this border crisis to the state of Arizona is unbelievable. $1.4 billion that this state spends every single year to care for illegal immigration. What are we doing to the veterans? What are we doing for the veterans who are sleeping under park benches and sleeping all over our country, homeless, when we're spending $1.4 billion to look after people who don't have the legal right to be here? That's what Kamala Harris's policies are doing to this country. What about the fentanyl? The Mexican drug cartels are bringing in by the bushel. I was raised by somebody who struggled with addiction. And I'm proud of my mom. She's been clean and sober for 10 years, my friends, and that's an incredible grace that we've been given. But what happens to second chances when you allow the drug cartels to bring in fentanyl by the ton, which could kill every man, woman, and child in the United States of America? How many of our citizens, how many of our families have been deprived of that second chance with their loved one because Kamala Harris would rather invite the Mexican drug cartels into our country than enforce the law against them? And here's my solemn promise, is that when Donald J. Trump is the president of the United States, we're going to go to war against the Mexican drug cartels, get that poison the hell out of our country, and return basic sanity to the people of Arizona. It's not just the fentanyl, it's the kids who are not getting a good education, because we've got thousands of people in Arizona schools, and a lot of them, let's be honest, are good people. I don't blame them. I blame Kamala Harris for letting the illegal immigration problem fester. But what does it do to the education of an American child when you drop thousands of kids into their school district who don't speak English? What does it do to our healthcare system here in Arizona when you let in hundreds of thousands of people who don't have the right to be here? We can be compassionate, my friends, and we ought to be compassionate, but the compassion for the American president has to start with the American people and the people who have the legal right to be here. Now, one of the biggest problems that comes from illegal immigration, and Kamala Harris doesn't like to talk about it, and neither, of course, does the corporate media who defends her at every step of the way, it is about the effect on housing prices. I really believe that we ought to be fighting for the American dream of homeownership, especially for our young people in the state of Arizona. Think about this. 30, 40 years ago, I hear young people tell me this all the time, that 30 and 40 years ago, you could work a job, you could play by the rules, and you could afford to buy a home. And a lot of our young people feel like they're working hard, they're playing by the rules, but that American dream of homeownership is unattainable. Now, we got to do a lot to fix that. We've got to build more houses, first of all, which means stopping Kamala Harris's ridiculous regulations. We got to lower the cost of energy to make it easier to build houses. That means drill, baby, drill, and stop the war on American energy. But let's be honest, it don't matter how many homes we build, if we have a president like Kamala Harris who gives American homes to illegal aliens instead of American citizens, we are never going to make the American dream of homeownership